big rainstorm. 1/10 of an inch. We got 1/10 of an inch. Woo, baby. So yeah, I stopped at the rain gauge over there on the Denison Farm sign on my way over here to the shop. It's Sunday, July 27th, and the big thunderstorms from last night going into this morning. And we got 1/10 of an inch. 1/10 of an inch. And we're in basically critical time here, because that now puts me at exactly 1 inch for July and pretty much nothing in sight for like the next 10-day forecast. So other than some more, 85 to 92 degree weather coming. Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, there's places around me that I know that got quite a bit of rain. Hell, at 5:30 this morning, I was texting Jeff Remo, which made it 4:30 at his house in Illinois, so I obviously knew he was sleeping, but pictures of our radar with it just split and going north and south. It's like we have this fucking dome over us. But it cracks me up, because if I'm out here, like I think in the last full video, or a couple videos ago, and I'm like, facing this way, and you guys can see the sky that way towards Syracuse, where that Syracuse Hancock International Airport is, 25 miles away, and you guys see the contrails, and oh, look at all the chemtrails in the sky. Oh my goodness. Well, they're doing a fucking piss poor job of making it rain here. If that's, I don't wear the tinfoil hat. Yes, I know there's cloud seeding is real. They've been trying to do it for fucking decades upon decades to make it rain in desertly dry areas so that those places could produce food and whatnot. Yes, but I'm not jumping on board with you people that, they're trying to kill us, spraying all these chemicals. Yeah, well, like I've said previously in videos over the years, where's the fucking politicians and the elites all going? They all hiding on those days? Those random days that there's, like every fucking day here that you see them in the sky, because I live 25 fucking miles from a fairly major airport. Like I said, if it's chemtrails and they're fucking with our weather, they're not doing a very good job of it. So, but yeah, I'm a little frustrated this morning. So this shows you what a fickle bitch Mother Nature really is. I came down here to Ira, to the farm up here that's like 2 miles north, little northwest of the home farm. I just went by it and turned around. As you can see, the road is dry. Just past it. Yeah, dry. When I get down to the first field here, the one with the steep side hill, the road just starts getting wet. So that way behind me didn't get this. I mean, it starts right here, partway down through the field. And by the way, that's just starting to show some tassels, planted June 3rd. But yeah, and the farther you go this way, the road is a little wetter as we go back towards the home farm. So I'm gonna go drive to the farm that's like 4 miles south of the home farm and go see if they got any rain that way, and maybe more, hopefully. At least something got kind of a decent rain. I don't know, we'll find out. Well, driving this way has been encouraging. Puddles on the road. I've seen puddles in people's yards. Yeah, so obviously this way got more rain than what we got at home. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Some water standing on the road. Like I said, I was going too fast to turn the GoPro on, but a couple driveways back there had some puddles in them. So obviously my beans this way on this farm got a better drink than anything at home. There's one of the fields right there. I know, I'm going 50 miles an hour past it. I'll slow down up here when I turn on the next road to show you. But yeah, there's one of them right there. yeah, puddles. Puddles. Something we don't see at home. And that just shows you the difference that 3-4 miles can make. Hell, what I just showed you 2 miles north of my house was kind of amazing in that one field. But, alright. So while I'm here, I'm going to answer a few questions that have been asked. Those beans look pretty good. Those are definitely pushing knee high or taller. So, alright, when you look out in there, can you see my spray tracks, my tractor tracks, and my sprayer tracks? No, you can't. So one question was asked of me, well, don't you run the beans over when you plant with a drill at 7.5 inches? Yeah, but when you're spraying them at 5-6 inches tall, they're, like I say, pliable. The plant is still soft and just springs back up and stands back up. So that's why you don't see any tractor tracks or sprayer tracks. So that answers that question. I got a couple more questions people asked me that I'll answer when I get back to the shop. I suppose I can hold the camera and drive at the same time. I've seen a couple puddles that were pretty good size, so I have no idea how much rain 3-4 miles south of me got. I need to get that app like Kevin from Remembrance Farms has there that will tell you the rainfall on all your fields or whatever, but I'm not that techie. So, but I just passed one driveway that had a pretty good sized puddle in it. So, but anyways, I'm gonna go check like over on Emmerich Road. Yeah, my buddy in Auburn, John, the one who helps in the fall there driving truck, just texted me. I'm reading it on my watch. We got a pretty good soaking. Yeah, well, we didn't, unfortunately. But I'm gonna go over and check the Boot of Italy field, that farm over that way, because that's like 2 miles roughly, maybe not quite east of me, and see what they got. But I mean, the farther I get going back towards home, there's dry spots in the roads where like the trees hang over. So that means it didn't rain super hard this way. Well, here's the front part of the Boot of Italy field. As you can see, the dirt's dark. I mean, we got a little something. At this point, I'll take anything, but it's a little something. So anyway, same thing here. You can't see my spray tracks. They're filled in. I also got the question, what's the different yield between doing it like I do, drilling in 7.5 inch with my, the grain drill, versus guys that plant in 15 inch, guys that plant with a corn planter in like 20 inch, like Jeff Rameau, corn planter 30 inch and whatnot. Really no difference in yield. It's just preference of how you want to plant. You may plant different populations. I'm not going to say the yields are identical, but not one is really better than the other. But while I'm here, I'll show you. All right, yes, these are pushing knee high. As you can see, they're flowering. That's what these little flowers, they turn into pods. And actually right there, you can see a little bean pod that's growing at the bottom, because that's where they're going to start, is on the bottom. There's a couple more. You can also see how yellow the leaves are starting to get at the bottom, because they could use a drink. Yeah, a better drink than what they just got. But so yeah, here I'll show you this one. It's a little less compact with all the rest of them, but yep, that's where it starts flowering, all them little things. And they usually turn purple, which they're getting to that stage right now. So, and when the sun comes out, which it is right now, it's supposed to go up near 90 today. Yeah, so that'll unfortunately suck the moisture back out of the ground. Well, the sky's a little dark that way. That would be nice. So I got thinking about it. I haven't been up back here in a while. This is the clusterfuck field. I mean, I've been up here because I showed it to you in the last video, but I haven't been up here to check my ditch. curious to see if my ditch has any water left in it. I'm gonna guess probably not at this point. That field is all tasseling now. No. As you can see, that ditch is dry. And 2 months ago, in May, that ditch, the water was higher than some of the tile outlets that go into there. But that sucker is dry. Not that you can see very well, but this side is dry that goes to that pond. So I'm going to imagine the pond is probably getting pretty much dry. Yeah, and the deer flies are just fucking horrid. So I'm getting out of here as fast as I can. Actually, I'm turning you off to get out of here. All right, back to the shop. Oh, the deer flies are just brutal this year. I know some of the haters like that one Dougie, because there's, you know, a couple of Dougies that are real fucking special. Well, oh, the fucking grumpy farmer, more like the whining farmer. I'd love for some of you motherfuckers to have your fucking living, your fucking paychecks depend on everything else but you. The only thing you can do is do the best job you can, getting that shit put in the ground, and then pray, and then do the best job you can harvesting it, because you got to deal with Mother Nature, you got to deal with the manipulation of the markets, you got to deal with the fact that, like I've said before, we're at the bottom of the totem pole. We buy retail, sell wholesale because somebody else tells us what we're going to get. I'd just love for you fuckers to do that for 2 years and then tell me how whiny me and other farmers are when we bitch about these things. I don't know. Dark sky. I hope that drops something. But obviously you look that way. I mean, that's just it. We're talking about the narrowest little fucking cells that are coming through. Obviously that farm, 4 miles south, I don't have a clue how much rain, but I saw some decent puddles in people's driveways. So I know they got a fuck of a lot more than 1/10 of an inch that we got right here. But it's frustrating. I'm sorry. You don't like it, then don't fucking be here. And then you don't have to listen to me be the whiny farmer, as you want to call me. So, but yeah, I explained a few things on questions that some of you non-farmers have asked. And like I told you, I don't have a problem with you asking those questions. So, but no, there's no difference in, drilling beans the way I do doesn't produce 10 bushel the acre more than somebody who plants them in a 30-inch row with a, corn planter. I do what I do because I like the weed control better because they canopy quicker. So, and for you non-farmers, I'll explain canopy again. It's like here with the corn, same with the beans. When you can't see the ground anymore, that means the ground is shaded out. Well, the weeds aren't going to grow well in the shade. I mean, you can see the weeds growing along the edge of the road there, along the edge of the field, because obviously those weeds are getting sunlight. So it's just a preference, and my preference is we've always had a corn planter, we've always had a drill. Some people don't want to have both pieces of equipment, so they do it all with a corn planter. So I hope we get a little something more. All right, so that dark cloud kind of disappeared. Yeah, so I just looked in my book. On June 30th, I had 1 1/4 inches of rain, which brought my total for June to 2.9 with that 1 1/4 on June 30th. The last measurable rain I've had in July, because we had rain like the first week of July, 1/4 inch, 3/10, 4/10, whatever. July 7th, I had 4/10 of an inch. So basically my 9/10 of an inch that I've had until this 1/10 was the first week of July. So that puts me at 1 inch for July. So that means for June and July, I've had 3.9 inches of rain. So we went from May, where we had, over 6 inches of rain, 2 months worth of rain just about, to having basically 1 month's worth of rain in the last 2 months and extremely hotter weather. It's like we've gone from one extreme to the other. It's fucked up, Mother Nature. You're fucked up. But so anyways, I'm just gonna end this video. Your one more thing is push on the Grumpy Farmer apparel link and buy some Grumpy Farmer apparel. I might have to turn into Doofus. You know, I've told you before, I get those, you know, emails, half a dozen every week, wanting me to push this product and that product. I might have to become Doofus and just start pushing all these products and make some YouTube money. That's sarcasm, because it ain't gonna fucking happen. So I'll try the stuff like the hose reel, fuel reel, because I could use that. The various different things I've done, you know, the grease gun, shit like that. But no, I'm not gonna eat this meal every day, and you know, when you don't have time and whatever, you know, buy this boot and buy this bed and all the other shit that you've all told me about, whatever. So no, I'm not gonna become a YouTube money whore. So we'll see you in the next one, which I'll probably, if they don't mind, I'll be filming when we do this, if we're still doing it this coming Wednesday, July 30th, like they told me. Here, I'll give you a second more thing. I'm tired of sweating. I'm frustrated. I didn't even have Barb come and do it. I brought my razor, my shaver over to trim my beard, and I said, fuck it. I buzzed my head. If it looks like shit, I really don't care.